Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to this Wednesday morning arithmetic paper, paper 4. And you may remember 2 weeks ago I asked you on paper 3's video for you to let me know if you had any concerns with any parts of arithmetic that you would like me to have a look at and do a little video for you. Well, I didn't hear back from anyone in Year 6, so I assume you're all happy with everything in the arithmetic paper, so we'll get straight on with our lesson today. However, if at the end of this test you feel there are things you'd like me to remind you of, please just let me know, either through the teacher support or through your own teacher's chat on your class Teams site, and let me know, because I'll just do a short 2 to 5 minute video to remind you how to do stuff. Okay, but for now we'll get straight on with arithmetic paper 4. Question 1. 168 divided by 8. That'll be a bus stop method. Question 2. 97 plus 10. Question 3. 251 multiplied by 3. Just use your usual multiplication layout there in the columns. Question 4. 9.6 take away 0.4. Make sure your decimal points line up. Question 5. Something equals 7,092 plus 582. Question 6. 812 take away 80. Just make sure you line up your columns correctly. Question 7. 108 divided by 12. You can use a bus stop, or you can just remind yourself of your 12 times table. Question 8. 1 take away 0.67. Remember what we do to that whole number. Let's turn it into a decimal by putting a decimal point and some zeros in. It's 1 on top. Take away 0.67. Question 9. 6 sevenths add 4 sevenths. Excuse me. 6 sevenths add 4 sevenths. If the denominators are the same, we just add up the top. If that makes it an improper fraction or a top-heavy fraction, make sure we simplify it. Question 10. 5 times 9 times 2. Question 11. 93.01 divided by 10. Now, we don't need to do column method or bus stop method for this. Do you remember how we multiply or divide by 10? We just move the whole number one direction. Can you remember which it is? If we divide in, is it going to get smaller or bigger? Next question. Question 12. 2 cubed plus 4. 2 cubed plus 4. Question 13. 720 divided by 8. Once again, we'll use the bus stop method for this, won't we? Question 14. 5,621 take away 1,421. Just line them up. Looks quite simple, that one to me. Question 15. 4 elevenths take away 3 elevenths. Question 16. 1,000 times 4.56. What do we do when we multiply by 10, 100 or 1,000? Question 17. 21.64 multiplied by 4. Do you remember what we do for multiplying decimals? Just ignore the decimal point for now. Carry out the multiplication and then add the number of decimal places there are in the question. In this case, there are 2 decimal places, so that's where we add our decimal point. Question 18. 90,000 plus 10,872. Question 19. 25% of 4,200. This is the first time in any of these arithmetic papers that I'm asking you to do a percentage now that you've been taught how to do it. Can you remember what 25% is the same as? Question 20. 8,400 divided by 12. Question 21. 15 take away 8.1. Once again, you're going to need to turn that 15 into a decimal. 15 point what? Take away 8.1. Question 22. 1,692 divided by 9. Question 23. 32.6 take away 7.93. Question 24. 1/4 multiplied by 1/5. Can you remember how to multiply fractions? That's right. Times the top, times the bottom. Simplify if you need to. Question 23. 35 multiplied by 36. It's laid out for you there. Can you remember what we need to add here before we do our calculation? Question 26. 400,824 take away 12,490. Looks like we might need to do some exchanging in that particular question. Question 27. 13 times 2.5. You could just do 13 times 2 and then add it to 13 times 1/2, which is the same as saying what is half of 13. I'll let you work the rest out. Next, question 28. 7/10 plus 2/5. Notice the denominators are different. When we add, the denominators must be the same. So we want a number that 10 goes into and the number that 5 goes into. And then remember, whatever you did to the bottom, you need to do to the top. Question 29. 3,424 divided by 16. It's set out for you here. You're going to need to do your 16 times table. As I always remind you, don't try and go too far to start with. You might just be wasting your time. Maybe go up to 5 lots of 16 and then see if you need to go bigger. Okay, question 30. 3/4 divided by 3. Nearly my lunchtime. I'd like some fried chicken. Can you remember how to do this calculation? Question 31. 19 subtract 3 multiplied by 4. Stop if there's more than one operation. And then you can work it out. Next, question 32. 1,643 multiplied by 89,000. Just think about how you set it out and that little extra thing you need there. Question 33. 95% of 480. I wonder if you can remember how we did this in your maths last week. If you could work out what 5% of 480 was, you could just take that away from 480, couldn't you? Question 34. 3,510 divided by 78. Going to need to take a little bit of time to write your 78 times table. But once again, I wouldn't go further than about 5 lots of 78. And of course, you don't really need to know your times table. You just add them together. 78, add 78. Add 78, add 78. Before you know it, you'll have answered the question. Question 35. 5/8 divided by 4. Once again, it's a fried chicken question. And I think this is finally question 36. 2.5 take away 3/5. You're going to need to do something with those denominators, turn them into a number that 5 goes into and that 10 goes into. Once you've done that, you've worked out what your fractions are going to be, you could then decide whether or not you need to turn this 2 into an improper fraction or whether you can leave it as it is. All depends on whether you work out how big, whether 3/5 are bigger than a half or smaller than a half. That's the trickiest question probably in the whole test, and it's the last one. So, on with the answers. Pause now if you don't want to see the answers. Question 1, 21. Question 2, 107. Question 3, 753. Question 4, 9.2. Question 5, 7,674. Question 6, 732. Question 7, 9. Question 8, 0.33. Question 9. You could either have 10/7, but that's an improper fraction, so you should have simplified it to 1 3/7, but I'll accept either answer. Question 10, 90. Question 11, 9.301. Question 12, 12. Question 13, 90. Question 14, 4,200. Question 15, 1/11. Question 16, 4,560. Question 7, 86.56. Question 18, 100,872. Question 19, 1,050. Question 20, 700. Question 21, 6.9. Question 22, 188. Question 23, 24.76. Sorry, 24.67. Question 21, 1/10. Question 25, 1,260. That's a 2-point question. I think that was a multiplication. So if you put your placeholder 0 in and then just made one mistake, so you had something close to 1,260, but maybe one of those digits wrong, you get 1 mark. But you must have put your placeholder 0 in. Question 26, 388,334. That's 388,334. Question 27 is 32.5. Question 28 is 1 1/10. Question 29 is 214. That was a 2-point question, and I think that was a division question. So if you have done your times table down the side, I said you wouldn't need to go past 5. Look, it was 2, a 1 and a 4 in that times table. Question 3, 1/4. Question 31, 7. Question 32, 146,227. That's a 2-point question. If you put your placeholder 0 and just got 1 or 2 of those digits wrong, then you still get 1 point. Question 33, 456. Question 34, 45. That's a 2-point question. I think that was, by my memory, I think that was a 78 times table. But as I said, and I only guessed, you didn't have to go past 5 lots of 78. Question 35, 5 32s. And finally, or 5 30-seconds, should I say. And finally, 36, 1 9/10. Your scores are out of 40, remember, not out of 36. So mark your paper out of 40 and make sure you send a photograph of your work and the score to your teacher. And what would be really lovely is if on that score you tell your teacher your previous scores to show whether you're making an improvement. That would be really useful for them. Okay everybody, I hope you enjoyed that arithmetic and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I believe it's a screen-free day for the rest of the day, so have a good time. Bye bye for now.